Basketball Wives episode 12 review slash recap. Also, before we get the review started, I just want to say congratulations to Jen and Christian. I see that they did get married in Paris over this week, so it seems like everything worked out that we saw going on with them during the season. Brooke is so hood. So we resume where we left off with Brandy crashing out, and Brooke was stepping up because Jackie and Cheyenne was coming at Brandy. You know, Cheyenne being Jackie lapdog. And Brooke was like, she got on this Dancing with the Stars ass outfit. She about to see what it's really like to dance with a bitch. So they was like, where's Laura? And they realized that Laura had left with Jackie and Cheyenne. And they was like, well, we not about to starve. We about to have dinner. Fuck them bitches. So Brandy came and sat back down and they started talking. Evelyn was really emotional while they were sitting there. And she was like, you know, she feels bad because this is the last dinner of the trip. And she also feels bad for the things that she said about Brandy because she now sees that these things really trigger Brandy. And clearly it's been a buildup leading up to this outburst. So the next day we see the ladies heading back to LA from Mexico. When they get back to LA, Jen says she hasn't heard from Laura since Mexico, but she's going to give her space. Next, we see Evelyn and Shawnee on the phone. Shawnee invites Evelyn to her book signing and also tells Evelyn that she can invite everyone. Evelyn lets her know that the Mexico trip didn't go very well and everyone's in a very awkward space. Shawnee still wants to put faith in these women and hope for the best that they won't act the fool at her event. I don't have high hopes. We quickly saw Jackie talking to somebody named Gary with the T to get some advice about her new talk show. He looked familiar, but I couldn't pinpoint where I know him from, if I do. So now we're at Shawnee's book signing. So Brandy, Brooke, Jen, Jacelle, and Evelyn walk in, sit right next to each other. Everything goes fine. Jackie walks in. It's like a dark cloud. She only hugs Jacelle and Jen, and then she goes and sits on the other side of the room by herself. The guy at the bookstore who was announcing Shawnee before she came out was doing too much. He thought he was announcing a fucking wrestler coming out with their entrance or something. Like, woo, Shawnee! Like, it's a book signing. Relax. It's not a fucking concert. So while they're sitting at the book signing, Brooke tells Brandy that she's really excited about her event coming up. Remember, she's having the Saving Hearts Foundation event because of everything that she went through with her son. And she asked Jackie to be the host because she's loud and energetic. But now she's mad at Jackie again. So Brooke is like, how do you think that's going to go with Jackie being there? Like, Brandy, it was honestly no point of you trying to forgive Jackie and you were the main one pushing it for you to turn around and get mad about the same shit that you just forgave her for. So Brandy's getting set up for the event and Jackie walks up like, hey Brandy, hey girl. So they just got to play it off like they so cool right now because they in front of other people and Brandy's talking about she's surprised Jackie showed up. Why wouldn't Jackie show up when you asked her to be the MC? And you know how Jackie is. She's not mad. She's always going to say, I'm not mad at you. You're mad at me. So they showed all these flashbacks of Brandy and Jackie's friendship from seasons 3, 4, and 5. And now Brandy's saying Jackie's like a big sister to her again. They have genuine love for each other. And she feels bad about how things left off between them in Mexico. Brandy, figure out what the fuck you want to do. So they have one of their bullshit talks again about how they're basketball sisters and they're the real basketball wives and it's like a sorority and they're always going to be sisters. Get your shit together, like I said, because it's sickening. Evelyn and the rest of the ladies get there and Evelyn was like, you know, I'm glad to see Jackie and Brandy getting along. And this is what she means about the sisterhood that they have. We see glimmers of hope that show them getting past the bullshit, you know, for a bigger cause. So Jackie and Brandy were showing all of the ladies the QR code so that they could donate. And she was also telling them to put on these jerseys to like encourage other people to donate. Jen was talking about, can I just pay because these jerseys don't go with my outfit? And then Brandy was like, I thought these girls was loaded. What's taking them so long to send the money? So basically the ladies were like playing basketball against each other. And Jackie was like, Jacelle and Brandy go up against each other because it seemed like the other ladies don't want to do it. And you know, Evelyn and Jen was sitting there like they don't like basketball and they nails cost too much and they just not with it. So then they had two basketball teams playing against each other. Christian was playing on one of the teams, which was nice that, you know, he came with Jen to support the event. Brandy said she's happy the donations are coming in, but she's concerned about the amount because she had a number that she wanted to give to the organization. So I think people are donating, but they're donating smaller amounts at a time than she thought they would be. Evelyn's son Leo was also in the game. And at some point, Brooke got on the mic to give Jackie a break, I guess, and she started commentating and emceeing. So it was cool. It was a nice event. So the event is over and Brandy's about to see how much money she was able to raise for the organization. Meanwhile, Jackie's on the mic talking about, I have a talk show coming out, you guys, and I want y'all to check that out too. Brandy, where you at? I got a flight to catch. So Brandy said that the number she wanted to raise was at least $5,000. And they revealed that they raised $5,035.22. So a little over $5,000. She reached her goal. Great event. And the man said they'll be able to do 1,000 full heart screenings with this amount of money. So all 6 of the ladies have this group hug. And then we see Brandy go back into the gym to talk to Jason. So she basically just told him that she wants to talk to him, but let's just enjoy the moment for now. And she was like, the trip has her doing some thinking about her marriage. And she's going to talk to Jason when she feels like it's the right time. So Jen and Christian are on their way to a meeting with Christian's probation officer. And he's just like, they told him that if he was able to pay his restitution on time, they would let him off of probation or parole a year early. And he was like, this is going to be perfect timing. So Christian goes in the courthouse and Jen stays in the car. And of course, we don't see anything going on in the courthouse with Christian due to legal restrictions. So Christian comes back to the car and Jen is like, what's the verdict? And he's like, are you ready? So basically the lady told him he's not in trouble, but he's not up for termination, meaning the end of his probation or parole, until the end of next year. So he's like, that basically means our wedding is in September. I would have to file for my travel permit in August. And like, what if I don't get a response, or what if they say no? So Jen was basically like, they keep going back and forth on what they're saying, and we need to get an attorney to help us navigate this because we cannot have any issues when it comes to us getting to Paris for the wedding. So we see Jackie doing her first filming of her talk show with a live studio audience. So she tells the audience, this is my pilot episode that I know I'm going to sell. It's going to get greenlit. She's speaking positive affirmations into herself in this show. She does have a guest. It's an entrepreneur named Ernest Dukes. Not sure who he is. She had another guest, a musician named Winnie Stacks. Not sure who he is. So then Jackie starts telling the audience, I have something for you guys to see that's going to shock you. A fucking alpaca comes out. And if you guys don't know what an alpaca is, it's like a little mini goat. Like sheep. I don't know. Nothing that exciting or shocking. So they wrap up the show and they have the whole studio audience come take a picture with Jackie. And they're like, it's a wrap on the Jackie and Christy show. I guess those people will remember that forever. So Brandy says that she realizes that she's not fully healed or over everything that her and Jason have gone through in their marriage. And it's time for her to sit down and talk to him about it. And she basically told him, when I went on the trip, I feel like I took a beating for your mistakes when it came to people bringing up Jason's past as a jab towards Brandy in arguments. And those jabs have come from Evelyn, Jackie, and even slightly Brooke. And she basically told Jason, if you saw me in Mexico, you would realize that I've been going through something year after year after year. And basically that she really felt like she was going to do something to Jackie, but she shouldn't even be doing that when it's something that he did. So she was like, all in all, it's time for me to be selfish and do what I want to do. And basically she loves her independence. She doesn't want to have to depend on him anymore. And what's most important to her right now is protecting her peace. So she tells him, I'm moving to LA officially and I'm bringing our child. Because basically he lives in Dallas and she lives in LA. And she told him, like, I'm not asking you to move here. And she basically said that she does feel like she's been staying in a relationship for her child. So that does kind of mean that Evelyn was right, that you were faking being happy low-key. So he basically asked her, where does this leave us? And she was like, I really don't know. This is kind of feeling like a season finale as the episode is wrapping up. Jen is just focused on the wedding. Evelyn is focused on this PI training. Jacelle is still dealing with missing Natasha, but she says that she's happy she's found people like Brooke, as well as her LGBTQ community out there to be a support system for her. Brandy just seems focused on spending more time with her son, and she's confused about where she wants to go with her marriage, but she says that she's happy she's getting support from the ladies. And Jackie is just focused on her talk show and says that she's in the final stages of editing. And she's happy that her and the ladies are attempting to get along. As I expected, when we see the next episode or next time, we see the ladies walking into the reunion. Overall, I didn't really mind this season of Basketball Wives. It didn't drag on as long as I expected, and I was pretty entertained. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Nina from the Love and Hip Hop reunions will be hosting. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week, hopefully, for part 1 of the reunion. Bye.